guys, and welcome back to In-Depth Auto Tech. Today we're moving back onto that Ford Fusion. It is Wednesday, December 30th. Had to wait for parts over Christmas break. Hope everybody had a good Christmas, by the way. So we ended up getting that PCV valve oil separator. Supplying it for the customer is only about 40 bucks. So careful of these when you remove them, because you will break it. We got the heater hoses in stock, and the hose that was leaking underneath the intake. So we're going to go ahead and get all this intake cleaned up, get everything installed. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get all this cleaned up, replace our oil collector, and get the O-rings off here, get the surface cleaned up, install our hoses, and get ready to put the intake back on. Got all that cleaned up and replaced. We move on to replacing this coolant hose here. We did get the Motorcraft hose, so it is supplied with hose clamps. You just leave them in their position and release them when you have the hose on. I like to add a smidge of dielectric grease in here, kind of help aid the installation. Well folks, this is why you always study your parts. Took the wrong end off, which is a benefit to us because we do have a new plastic coupler to go into the other hose, but I'm going to have to go ahead and remove that portion. Struggle is real. It is a battle. In this case, it's possible I did more damage to the hose than I did any good trying to change this. I'm gonna hope not. You know, obviously we'll double check everything and get it back together and make sure that I didn't get any pinholes in there. Just a little dab will do ya. Always lubricate the innie, not the outie. Alright. Remember, we gotta fishtail this thing out of here. Fishtail it back in. Something like that. You know what I just noticed? They gypped this on 3 hose clamps on this one. How are you going to get OE parts, get hose clamps on one hose and not on the other? Must have went through a budget cut. Alright, so we'll have to use our shop supplied hose clamps here. Alright, so our hose is installed. We'll check out the final product here, make sure everything's all snugged up. Good. Okay. Alright. 2 thumbs. Go ahead and get our intake cleaned up here. It's about 11 o'clock, I'm getting hungry. Oh, it doesn't take almost till 1. I do need to finish this job, so. Might be later than that. Customers on their car, closing the books. Trying to get them all done, get it out the door. I know some internet trolls probably going to tell me that we shouldn't use brake clean on this because it's plastic, but you know what? Haven't had an issue yet. I will get some contact cleaner though. I think it's a good idea for these. Because if in the event that I did somehow damage the plastic, that would not be fun. Okay, got our intake gasket. There are 4 alike and 1 that's different. Kind of hard to get them mixed up. They only fit in one place. Come on, guy. My pocket knife screwdriver isn't cutting it. There's the 4 of a kind and 1 of a kind. They do have their own little slots here. You want to make sure that you get them lined up. If you do not, it will pinch your gasket and not create the appropriate seal. And you'll be going back in here doing it. All the notches on these ports are facing upwards. That one's facing outward with all the body. Pressed in there. I'm going to use no glue or nothing fancy here. Staying pretty good. Alright, let's get shifted back over to the car and get that boy on there. Alright, you guys, I'm all prepped and ready here. Remember, going back on, we do need to connect that PCV valve hose back to the intake, so be ginger with it. I'm going to go ahead and move on to that process and try to get it buttoned up. These lower bolts can kind of be a pain. There's also one that comes through the center. So I'm going to put you guys on time lapse and then I'll see you in a few. Everything's snugged up. We're going to go ahead and torque it down. Being that Mitchell does not supply torque value under engine mechanical specifications. I think I'm just going to do one pass at 180 inch-pounds and do the next pass at 240 inch-pounds. And I think that'll keep me in the ballpark there. So there we go. Which is right about where I had it, 1/4 inch. Alright, we're all torqued there. You know what? I think I'm going to be okay with 180 inch-pounds, which I believe is 15 foot-pounds. I don't really want to risk breaking these. If anybody knows the torque spec on these intake bolts, I'd love to know. If you can go ahead and share down there in the comments, that'd be great. So then I'm just going to get the rest of this here snapped together, and I think I'm right on track to fill it up with coolant, do a road test, and head to lunch. Can't see exactly what I'm doing over here, but just connecting all the electrical, getting all its tabs connected back to the intake so the wire harness holds itself up. You know, the essentials. Alright, that's enough of all that. Let's speed you up a bit. Got her all topped off with coolant, started up. Sounds of it, I got a major vacuum leak here, and I do believe I found the culprit. What was that darn PCV valve hose? I told you guys I needed to clip that. Alright, should be good now. Go ahead and give it another track. Much better. Sounds like a Ford Fusion. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to go ahead and get this built back up to pressure and get everything topped off, get the thermostat open, go road test it, confirm our repair, make sure that their previous overheat didn't cause the head gasket to blow. I do believe we're going to be okay. And that's all, folks. Thanks for stopping by for another episode of In-Depth Auto Tech, where we're getting in-depth into the daily life of the independent technician. Please feel free to drop down below, leave your questions, comments, concerns, criticisms. Smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content.